Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Chaitali Shivai. I am from Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology. So today we are going to talk about Amazon AWS, that is Amazon Web Services, which is one of the cloud computing service providers. So we are going to talk about the first assignment or EC2 compute cloud. Okay, so if you log into your AWS, that is Amazon Web Services, you can go to AWS, then create your login. You have to log in. You have to create your own account. For that you need your credit card or debit card, because as you know that computing services or the services which is provided by AWS, they are paid. Okay, so you have to pay, but for your use, as you know, it is a pay as you go model. Means for whatever services you are using, you have to pay for it, right? So the first service which we are going to talk about is Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, known as EC2. Here we can create, manage and monitor our virtual servers in the cloud. So it is nothing but compute platform wherein we can create instances and we can choose our latest processors, storage, networking, operating systems, and purchase the models so that you can manage your own workloads. So if you see, the benefits are you can control the level of technology, then you can make there is widest availability of operating system to choose, including Linux, Windows, Mac OS, etc. So you can run your enterprise applications, you can scale your applications, you can develop the applications, you can deploy your ML applications and do many of the things using this portal. Okay, so if you are able to see from this, it is nothing but a compute cloud where you can launch your own server, which can be used, which can be of any operating system type. So if you want to view the dashboard first, you have to click on this. On the left hand side of this portal, if you are able to see, in this you can go and visit, or you can use any of the services provided by AWS. Then when you log in, you will get some login ID, something like this, and the region in which you are going to create your own data server will be in this particular tab. So if you are able to see over here, this United States, Asia Pacific, then Canada, they are known as zones. Okay, zones means where your data center is available, and in that zone, in which region you are going to create your instance to use, these are the regions. So in zones you have regions, and the region named, once you create the instance, in which region you have created the instance, that will be looked something like this, or it will be named something like this, in which zone you are working or in which region you have created. So you can see there are this much available zones in your free tier account. You have to first create the free tier account, okay, so that whenever your billing starts, it will be after 12 months. Now talking about the dashboard, see, this is the EC2 dashboard. If I click on this, it will give me something like this, like how many resources you are using, then how many instances you have created, then what is Elastic IP associated, and what are the security groups you have given. Everything means everything related to the instances which you have created, that will come under this dashboard. So if you are able to see, these are the zones in which we are working currently, right? We are in the Asia Pacific and Mumbai zone. So it is 1A, 1B and 1C where your actual regions are there, where your data centers are working. Now these are, you can explore many of the tools in this particular platform. Currently we are talking about only creating the instance. So we will first see how to create the instance now. Now if you are able to see, whatever you are going to do with EC2, the left hand side will give you the tabs where you can work for, where you can do different operations using the instances. Okay, so the operations are like EC2, how many events you are doing, how many instances you have created, then what is the instance, what is its type, then what you exactly require using it, what operations you are doing using the instances, then how many images you have created. Images is nothing but AMI, that is Amazon Machine Images, which is a pre-configured server. Okay, then block store, it is a different part, that also we will take later on, but block store is how much particular space you can add or delete in your virtual server. Okay, So as we know that cloud computing platforms provides us as you pay as you go model. So that means if I require space, I will particularly add some more space to my instance. If I don't require, I'll delete the space. Okay. Then what should be the traffic handle, what type of traffic I should handle. So that part comes under your network, and my data must be secure in that instances. So that particular operations I'll be doing it in the network and security group. Then how I can balance, how I can distribute the loads in the instances, to whom I should provide the services, that all things I will do in the load balancing. Currently today's session we are going to just see how to create the instance. So first of all, if your instances is created, you can just check your instances by clicking on this. Okay, now if you are able to see, as we have no instance created, this is the dashboard it will look if you have created the instance. As you are able to see, you have not created any instance, so I'll say launch instance. You have to just say launch instance. Now as you are able to see, when I click on launch an instance, you will be able to create virtual machines or instances that run on AWS cloud. Okay, so you have to follow some steps. So first step is you have to give the instance any name. Let's say if I give here my first session, this is my instance name. Now what is AMI? Okay, so it is a template that contains the software configurations, that is operating system, application server, which is required to launch your instance. Okay, so it will create an image. जैसे आप कोई भी virtual machine जब create करते हो, it gives you a shortcut, or you can create an image so that when you click on it, your instance will be running. Okay, so what type of operating system do you need? You can select it from this tab. Okay, now if you are able to see, there are multiple operating systems available. Now once I click on this, currently it is selected as Amazon Linux. Once I click on this or any of this, okay, or any of this, you will be able to see that there's a Mac OS. So the configurations or the description about this changes in the downside. So if you are able to see, अगर आप Ubuntu पे भी क्लिक करते हो, ओके, तो यहाँ पे मुझे उसके डिटेल्स दिखेंगे, जैसे कि what type of volume it is using, what type of server it is using, whether it is available in free tier eligibility or no, and everything. So you can click on any particular operating system. Okay, now if I click on, I'll just select the first one, that is Amazon Linux. So say confirm changes, I'll say confirm. Okay, now if you are able to see, I am creating a Amazon machine image, which is a 64-bit processor, which is having this ID. Then it is a virtualization, as I am creating a virtual machine. It is available in free tier eligibility. So if I am able to see, it gives me the details which is available in free tier and which is not available. So this is a description of the operating system which I have selected. Okay, so the architecture is 64-bit architecture. ID is associated to my image, and the username will be always EC2 user. Okay, now what is the instance type? So if you are able to see, it describes the information about the type of instance I am going to create. So it belongs to T2, that is the micro family. It has one CPU, it has 1 GB of memory, and we are using it. Okay, so this is the instance type, which talks about the type of instance I am going to create according to the operating system. Additional cost will be applied with pre-installed software if you are using it. Okay, so the cost which is there, it depends upon the type of operating system you have selected. So as I have selected Linux, so it after some period of time, as you are working in the free tier eligibility, after 12 months it will be costing you this much, that is 0.0124 USD per hour. Okay, so it can be of, you can choose the instance type according to the operating system available. Now what is the need of key pair login? Okay, so you can use this key pair login to securely connect to your instance. Okay, now you have to ensure that you can use any particular key pair to connect with your instance. But when do you need this? Let's say if my host operating system is Windows, okay, So for that thing, as any operating system, you can connect with your server through shell commands, right? But in the Windows it is not available, so you need this keep pair login to just convert your particular instance communication from SSH to your secured shell. Okay, so this we will see later on, why, what part, for what part we are needing a key pair login. If your host operating system is Windows, okay, at that time to connect with your instance or to connect with your server, you need this key pair login. You can just remember this. So if you have not created any key pair up till now, you can just say create a new key pair. So it will be of RSA type. You know, when we are converting or when we are creating a key, it is a part of networking. So any particular type of algorithm which provides you a key generation, you can use it. So here it is RSA. Now I'll give you, we have to just give the name to this key pair login. Let's say I give it as example. Okay, so the format in which your key pair is created, it is open SSH. Okay, now why open SSH? If you are directly communicating with the server through Linux machine, you can use this .pm file. When you have to connect with through Windows through putty software, you have to create a .ppk file. Now currently I have to connect with the server through OpenSSH, so I'll just select this one and say create key pair. Okay, now the key is downloaded over here. We will see it later on when we have to use it. Okay, now currently this is done. This is the second settings. Now after that, what should be the network settings? Okay, now by default one virtual private cloud is allotted to your instance. Allotted to your instance means as you are doing the creation of your instance virtually, so a cloud public cloud is available to you, which is default one. Now there is no subnet over here and there is no public IP associated over here. Okay, these all things we will see later on. Just today we are going to talk about creation of the instance. What is the need of this IP address, then one assignments related to VPC and all these things we are going to see. Now currently we will talk about firewall. Now what is firewall? That is a security group. What is security now? From where do you need the traffic and how do you select the traffic? हम हमारे कंप्यूटर सिस्टम्स में भी सिक्योरिटी settings करते हैं, जैसे allowing the traffic and disallowing the traffic. Now if I say allow the traffic means you are going to connect with your instance. If you say don't allow with the traffic, then in that case you will be unable to connect with the instance through the internet. Okay, as cloud computing is something wherein you need to communicate with the internet, so we need this setting as it is. Okay, so keep it as it is. Then what is the storage? As you know, you are creating the server, you are creating an operating system which is virtual one, so you need the storage. So by default, which is available to you or which is given to you as a pre-configured one, it is 8 GB. Okay, now if I want to add more amount of this thing memory, I can add. For free tier eligible customers, it is up to 30 GB. Okay, so I can add it up to 30 GB over here, but currently I'll keep it as it is. Okay, so these are the things. Now in the advanced details you don't have to go, as there's nothing. You can just what we have to do is related to the particular part of creation of the instance, these all settings are necessary and compulsory. So whatever particular things we have done over here, whatever changes we have done over here, we will see the summary over here. Okay, so it says that you have created a AMI which is of Amazon Linux, which is of T2 microservice, the type, and this is the security, and the 8 GB is allotted to your instances. Now I'll just have to say launch instance. Now once I click on launch instance, you will see that your instance is going to get created. Okay, so it takes time. Yes, now it says success. So successfully initiated the launch of instance. Now if you are able to see in the management console, or where I am able to see the information of my instances, is the tab in which we are able to see how many instances you have created. So if you are able to see the name which I have given to the instances, what was my first session, ID is allocated to your instance. Now it is in the running state. Okay, now the different states of the instance are which can be seen over here. So stop instance, start instance, reboot, hibernate and terminate, these are the different states of the instance that we will talk later on. Okay, then this is the type, then in which zone you have created, as we are in the current zone is AP South 1, so we have created the instance in AP South 1B. Okay, then this is the IPv4 address, this is the DNS address. We have not associated any elastic IP. We will see what is elastic IP, and these are the different details of the instance which you have created. Now if I click on this, you will see the different information about the instance which you have created currently. Okay, yes, so if I want to stop the instance, I'll just click on this and say stop instance. Okay, now it will initiate the stopping. It takes few seconds to stop the instance, and you see the instance state is also changing in this particular tab. Okay, so this is your first session wherein we have just seen how to create the instance. Now the later on part, that is what things are changing after deleting your instance or terminating your instance, or what all operations are there, actions we are doing, what is elastic IP, how to associate the elastic IP, and all these things that we will see later on. Thank you.